to the We Love Wrestling spot. My name is Terry. Today we are with someone who gives you reality checks. Literally, she is on fire right now with everything that she's doing in the wrestling industry. We are talking with Madi Wrenkowski. How are you doing today, man?
Good. I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Before we start, the first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
My love for wrestling started when I was younger. Just it was what I bonded with my brother over. So we would always watch it together, do the moves on each other. So that is why I love wrestling, because it's just something I grew up with.
Oh, okay. Growing up with it, who were some of your favorites growing up?
So out of the girls, it was always Lita. That was definitely one of my favorites. And out of the guys, I always chose to play as Scotty Too Hottie whenever we would play the games. So,
Scotty, did you used to do the worm and everything too?
of course, that was why, because he did the worm and he had the flat top. It just seemed like the only like good choice to choose.
I, I can understand. I used to do it, so I can't even hate it. So let me ask, since you're wrestling, you plan on breaking out the worm anytime?
Ooh, I mean, I think the moment just has to be right. I think I just have to really feel it. Um, and the idea has been tossed around, and I've definitely practiced
Oh,
more times than I would like to admit how to actually do the one. So.
might be able to bust that out to the next show. You never know.
Yes, it depends.
So I am familiar with you. I'm in this group on Facebook, and they follow the Texas area. So I think this is right. Correct me. I could be wrong, but you debuted at a Mission Pro show.
Yes, I my debut in the independent scene was literally the first Mission Pro show about a year ago.
Now watching some video, I can't get past from Calabasas, California. So how do you end up in the Texas area?
Um, so I'm in Texas. I was in Texas, and that's kind of when I decided that I wanted to start my wrestling journey. Um, and I was in like a suburb type city, and the closest city to me was San Antonio.
Okay.
However, in my mind, I didn't think that the wrestling world was that big. So I actually went and did a fantasy camp at Booker T's school, which is where I met Gino, the Latin heartthrob. And he's actually the one who introduced me to the school in San Antonio, which was closer to the city I was in at the time.
Okay. In Houston, was it Reality of Wrestling?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's one of my favorite shows to watch on the weekend. Um, uh, all right, I don't know. Have I seen you on Reality of Wrestling before?
No,
Got to get you on
not
there.
yet.
Okay,
Not yet.
that's what we like to hear. Not yet. Now I did. I was at the last Mission Pro show. Got to talk a little bit about this. And you and
Mhm.
Red Velvet were going back and forth. You said you was gonna give her a reality check, and reality hit Red Velvet kind of quick from everything I seen in that match. You were going back and forth, and then you pinned her out of nowhere. Um, so I mean, you hitting reality on people. I also saw you won the championship, the first championship for a company down there. So just debuting a year ago on Mission Pro seems like you're really starting to hit your groove spot right now.
Yeah, I like to think so. Um, Unfortunately for myself, and fortunately for some, not everyone has gotten the reality check that they need
Oh,
or deserve. But I definitely think on my match with Red Velvet, she just kind of stirred it up a little bit too long. I saw my opportunity and I took it, and that's what it's all about. And that's what reality is about, seeing that little window of opportunity and just taking it.
Said she stirred it up a little too long. That was hilarious to me. I'm sorry. But you said it's some people who haven't been served their reality check yet. Is there a few names you want to put out there who you feel like need a reality check?
Yes, thank you for asking. So recently, the next Mission Pro show has been announced for November 6th, and my lovely opponent, Raychell Rose, seems to believe that she's going to make me bend the knee. So she's in for a nice dose of reality.
She is the queen of House Rose, though. She says a lot of people bend the knee. She
What is that?
I mean, you're not in. You're not a part of the House of Rose. I'm not. You almost got me.
No. I'm a part of this world. I'm a part of reality.
A reality.
And that doesn't exist in reality.
Oh, I didn't say it, but so something funny. I literally was online and finishing up my work today, and they said the definition of literally is now means figuratively. So it gave me an idea for this conversation. I would say you literally, figuratively, could face three people, not the three you just beat for the championship, in your wrestling career as going forward. Who are three people that you would love to face?
For my championship?
Not for your championship, just in the wrestling world.
Oh. That's a great question. That are currently wrestling or just in general?
Currently wrestling in general, sitting back, retired, trying to bring them back out.
I would say I would definitely like another match with one of my many trainers, Jazz. Bring her back and do that. Let's see. I think it would be cool to be across from current Rhea Ripley. Because she just looks really intimidating. I would like to see that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna throw a curveball out there, and I think my next pick is gonna actually be a guy.
Okay.
And I would say one of my other trainers, Sho Funaki. I feel like he is like super knowledgeable, and I feel like he has a lot to challenge me with. I would definitely like to see that.
Against I don't know if you're ready for Funaki. I don't know.
I probably am not, but I will gladly take that reality check if I need it.
Okay. I like you. I like you. Yeah,
it's gotta happen sometimes. But
now you said you just named two trainers that are awesome, Jazz and Funaki. I mean, now Jazz did just announce her retirement. I did see that you had a match with Jazz. We won't talk about the outcome, but how was it to be in that match with Jazz?
Yeah, so that was literally my first match ever on the independent wrestling scene. So it was great and it was terrifying all at the same time. My nerves were like through the roof. I think I've told this story a couple times, but like right before like my entrance like before I was going out, I was just standing behind the curtain, like, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna throw up. And the ref was like, it's breathe, breathe. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. They're gonna start chanting, Jazz is gonna kill me, and she literally might kill me. And I went out there and they did. Um, so it was scary, but it was very, it was challenging because, like I've said before, like anything that I could throw at her, she already had a counter and she was already one step ahead. Like she always said, I only teach you some of what I know, not all of what I know. Just remember that. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I remembered that. It was very apparent that night.
so I watched that match. For it to be your best match, it was actually a good match to watch and see there. So just finding out that was your first match, I like what you did. So it showed a lot of, you had a lot of, what would they say? You had a lot to give to the wrestling business, because I made the little clip video and I was like, oh, she's wrestling Jazz and they going back and forth. So many more years of success to you. I hope you do get a rematch with Jazz, because next time you probably can beat her.
I'm gonna send her that and see what she says.
Don't
Send her that clip of you saying
don't
it, and I'm
Jazz.
gonna tag you in
Yes,
it.
get the full clip. Do not take the small clip. I respect you, but I mean, you got to move on into the business, and Maddie might give you a reality check. I'm just saying. Um, but in your so you won a title in Texas. So Mission Pro just announced their tournament. So you're used to being in matches for new titles. What was the name of that title? Because I saw it on Twitter, but I wasn't able to watch it for some because they didn't give me a link for it. But what was the name of the title that you beat the other three competitors for?
Yeah, it was for the PPW Women's Champion, Puro Pinche Wrestling. So I am the new women's champion.
And that was you're the first women's champion also, right?
Yes, the first ever.
How does that feel? Making history, every champion that comes after you, they'll know that you was the first one for the company.
It feels nice. I mean, I literally went in there and I beat 4 other girls. So I mean, I think that's a big feat in itself to have girls like Vert Vixen in there, um, Roxy, and Simply Luscious, who's been in this business a long time. Like, I strategized my way
Oh,
and I was able to beat them. Kind of like I was telling you, like, I see my opportunity and I take it.
so have you been strategizing for the Mission Pro? I think it's 7 other competitors, 4 first round matchups. Like you said, you're facing.
Yeah, I think they just finished announcing the first round this week. So I got to start doing my homework first on Miss Raychell Rose, and then I will go from there. You got to conquer each challenge at a time.
All right. I expect you to just start collecting belts out here. After you won one, if you get past the first round, because I don't know. I'm a fan of yours now, since I've been following, but I'm also a Raychell Rose fan, so I don't know. So literally, I can't pick. Maybe the day before I'll pick, but right now I can't pick. But I'm behind you. I like what literally I'm behind you. But
That's
but
good.
I'm also a Raychell Rose fan. Just saying. Uh, before we leave, literally, I'm gonna add. Well, I keep now. I'm saying literally. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna ask 3 questions.
Uh-huh.
Just to see where your mind is with wrestling. Rapid
Okay.
fire. Rock or Stone Cold?
The Rock.
All right. Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan?
Ric Flair.
Ooh. Charlotte or Becky?
Becky.
Rock, Ric Flair, Becky. We can
Becky.
go. We can go with it. I like your three choices. I randomly have been asking people just to see where wrestling might.
What does that determine for you?
Just determines who you were a fan of as growing up with wrestling. What road you go down. Some people say Stone Cold, some people say The Rock. The people say The Rock, usually they're more laid back people. Some people say Hulk Hogan, some people say Ric Flair, some people who say Ric Flair, like the style and profile. The people who do Hulk Hogan, all about the prayers and the vitamins. Charlotte and Becky, that's the random one I just so I could say some people like to be the man, some people like to be the princess or the queen. So I don't know. Some people the
Yeah,
man
like
makes
I said on Twitter though, there's no such thing as queens around. So that also goes for Raychell Rose.
Why you keep coming at
Because I'm just saying, I'm ready for November 6th to come already.
Oh, all right. I understand that. Now, before we close out, it is a pandemic and everything going on and everyone's out here being safe. Do you have any other plans besides the Mission Pro show that's coming up that you have scheduled wrestling events?
Yes, definitely. November is going to be a busy month for me. I will also be debuting at Sabotage, I believe the week after.
November 13th.
So just definitely keep an eye out on my page. I will have a lot of different shows I will be participating in November.
Okay. I did see the Sabotage November 13th. I believe that's in, I don't know exactly where it's at.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. You'll see something at the bottom. This is where you can watch it at. So, Miss Wrenkowski, if I can call you Miss Wrenkowski, I'll call you Miss Reality Check. The last thing we do is called a put yourself over segment. So is there anything that you would like the people who watch this and listen to this to take away about you that they should know about you that we haven't covered in this?
I mean, nothing that you haven't covered necessarily, just that I am the type of person that I am reality. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give. I feel like I say what the people want to say, but they don't say. Um, so I'm very real. I'll keep it real. I think my work shows that, as you could see. I did win myself a belt. So that's basically it. Follow me, follow my journey, and you definitely won't want to miss it.
And since you said follow you and follow your journey, can you give out your social media where they can contact you, where they can get one of your shirts that say literally? And she has shirts that say literally. I didn't see the dark blue and light blue one when I was there in Buda, Texas, but I saw it after, and I definitely am getting one ordered for my birthday. But can you give your social media where we can contact you and find you and follow your journey?
Yes. So all of my handles are Madi _Wrenkowski, WRENKOWSKI. My t-shirt website is on Big Cartel. You can find that in the bio of any of my social media as well. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, learning how to use Twitter. Very sassily, but I am.
You can find her on all social media. She is there. Follow her journey. I'm a fan. I've told other people what We Love Wrestling to follow. I've told friends on Facebook, and I'm gonna post some more stuff so you can follow. Also, when she blows up as a star, you can say, "Oh, we saw her on the show talking to you." She's talking to everybody because everyone's trying to get their hands to talk to Miss Reality Check. Like literally, I'm not making that up. Everyone's trying to talk to her. let's see. If anything, I don't have anything else. She won a title. She's about to win another title with a tournament coming up. Um, she's gonna be at Sabotage. Might sabotage you. Just just reality check if you get in the ring with her. But other than that, Maddie, Miss Wrenkowski, Miss Reality Check. I like to thank you for coming on, giving
Thank
us
you
this
for
time
having
to
me.
speak with you. And I'm Terry, and like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.